Hi, so I kind of have to hide behind the podium. I have a bit of anxiety, so this is outside of my comfort zone. So thanks for having me. um, Thank you. So it took me a minute to decide which prompt I wanted because I couldn't feel what spoke to me. I started with four, but then I kind of wound up back at one when we're talking about dreams. And mine is sort of twofold, one dream that didn't quite happen and one that sort of continues. So it's sort of a journey. So I had two dreams. Growing up, I always wanted to be a veterinarian. I loved animals. And I was so set on doing all the things with animals. I never had a pet a day in my life, though. So that was interesting. And going to college, I'm also first gen. That was a big step pushed by my grandmother and mothers and other mothers who supported me during this journey. And also, since I was undecided with my prompt, it's only befitting that I'm actually really undecided in life. And I wound up on an undecided floor with other students who didn't know what they wanted to do. But I was still set on being a veterinarian. Until I took some courses, some being biostats and organic chem. That was outside of my realm. So that's what put me off just a little bit. But we talked about turning problems into possibilities, and I found other means of working with animals through volunteerism. So I volunteered with a lot of animals, exotic and domestic, and so that was a way to fulfill my need of, and love for animals. But it continued on with another dream of education and home ownership. So growing up, I was also somewhat homeless during a period of time, and my dreams were also the dreams of my mother and my grandmother to one day go to get an education and buy a house and have your own family. So that also stuck with me. And as I was going through my journey of school and learning the ins and outs of college, as a first gen with limited resources, that I found sort of my community there, who also guided me to graduate school and what that means. And education was a mean out and a mean up, and I was so happy with that. But through that journey, I also learned about my own community outside in the neighborhood I grew up in, which is also some of the work I returned back to. And it sort of guided me in realizing I want other kids to see opportunities as well, and to know that, your journey is a continuation and is not limited to the space. So I wind up not being a veterinarian or cultural anthropologist, but I found my way into geography, of all things, because I did like people and I like places. And I like how we are situated in place and how we can shape it and how it shapes us. Because my environment and my community shaped me to who I am and opened my vision to what we could be, right? And so I'm bringing that back into my community now. I'm from Philly, did a whole 360, thanks, Philly, around the country. I went to Illinois for my master's and then came back to Philly to Temple and finished there and decided to work at King Sessom, my neighborhood where I grew up. It does have its problems, but I'm here to turn them into possibilities through my work. And that is through health and environment, parks, and also gun prevention and mental health resources. So it's a whole first gen. I know other kids are like me, who are dreaming big but may not see their future. And so that's how I came about that. So, thanks.